Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Justin Trudeau's tour bus was blockaded by Indigenous rights protesters for half an hour.
Nothing on me. I'm not going to hurt him. Just want to be acknowledged. I want to be heard.
And he was evacuated from the bus by the RCMP.
Justin Trudeau does not give a about Indigenous people!
Justin, why don't you engage with the protesters?
That was on my reserve, where he laid those flowers and that teddy bear. He did that for a photo op. The people from my reserve are uncomfortable.
Did you even saw this on the telly? No. Because the media did not want you to see it. But not only that, despite video evidence, David Akin, chief political correspondent for Global News, lied and said that this was fake news.
The violence they ensue!
There were dozens of journalists there. Some of them who traveled with Justin Trudeau. But where did they disappear when all this was happening? Tell me you were bribed by the Liberal government at taxpayers' expense without telling me you were bribed by the Liberal government at taxpayers' expense. You might remember me asking Prime Minister Justin Trudeau which media companies he paid $61 million to.
Who in the media you gave $61 million to? Who in the media you gave $61 million to? Why don't you release the list? Why is it a secret?
Given the fact that it's a secret, the best prediction would be to assume it was the same media companies who received $595 million from the government in 2018. And this event that unfolded in front of my eyes confirms it. Let me tell you what happened on August 19 in Vancouver Island, which the media you are compelled to pay for refused to show it to you. I arrived to the event and filled the form just like everyone else, but was asked to leave by the property manager, who said that she had to ask me to leave.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
My son was there too. I'm Brenda, and this is a private event, so we will ask you to leave, please, sir.
Why?
Because this is a private event, sir, and it's only invited guests.
Oh, I came here as media, and I wanted to ask some questions to Justin Trudeau. So you're not going to allow me to do that?
My understanding is that we need to ask you to leave, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you very much.
How about other media? Because I filled the information, she filled the information. Why am I being asked to leave, but not her?
My understanding, sir, is it's only invited guests, and this is private property.
Wow. That was no surprise to me, given that I'm not their media.
If you can stay here, it's great. Just, I'm going to bring my media closer a bit, but I would like you to stay here.
Your media? I went there to document this event and ask him a couple of questions related to his latest speeches.
I don't know. When I think about the biggest, most important economic policy this government, if re-elected, would move forward, you'll forgive me if I don't think about monetary policy.
But once again, since I was not allowed to ask it properly, I had to yell.
Prime Minister, do you know the meaning of inflation? Why should the poor vote for you when your policies are creating inflation?
To counter the she-cession and turn it into a she-covery.
What does she-covery mean? What's the meaning of she-covery?
I did not get an answer from the PM, so I asked the Liberal staffer.
Do you know the meaning of she-covery?
She-covery?
Yeah. What does that mean?
She-covery?
Yeah.
That's not a word.
Yes, it is.
Well, Justin Trudeau used it just yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said she-covery, and then he said she-cession. What are the meanings of these words?
City, I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows. The whole nation wonders.
As this woman was yelling vaccine-related concerns, unfortunately we cannot air what she yelled because otherwise YouTube will delete our channel. Liberal staffers formed a line in front of her, and the more she yelled, the more the staffers cheered and clapped.
What do you say for the What do you say the kids now? Because of a CDC in the house! Prime Minister Trudeau! Answer for your actions!
As you try to raise your concerns, the Liberal Party members, they formed a blockade in front of you, and as you were trying to
I
ask
just got
questions,
louder.
yeah, they were raising their voices, they were cheering and clapping. As more you raised your voice, the more they cheered and clapped.
Yes.
Isn't that a form of censorship?
Yeah, it is a form of censorship, actually. It is a form of censorship.
Laugh all you want. Laugh all you want. I came.
All voices should be
Laugh
heard
all
in
you
this
want.
country.
What's your name?
Just one
What's your
people.
name? Laugh all you want. I came from Turkey, and this is the same thing the Turkish president's bodyguards do to protesters. They yell at them so that they don't raise their concerns, so they won't be heard. Ha ha ha, they laughed. But I didn't say anything funny. This is in fact a tactic that is regularly employed by Turkish president's army of bodyguards towards protesters. In any event, as I was waiting for the Prime Minister to come back to his bus for departure, a group of Indigenous rights protesters showed up who challenged Trudeau's legitimacy.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau! About Indigenous youth! You are such an unsafe person on this land! Your power is illegitimate! And the police around you are illegitimate! You have no power on stolen land!
I don't know about that. But anyways, I guess we're done here.
If you don't leave, you're gonna be arrested.
Do not push on my body. Do not touch my body.
Do not touch her.
Do not touch my body.
Step back.
Do not touch me.
If the Prime Minister can talk to us, that would be helpful.
Step back. Okay? This is not safe.
Please document this.
It's
We are
documented.
unarmed. We are not touching these officers. We are not doing anything illegal. This is public property. And on top of that, this is unceded land. We are allowed to gather where we want to gather. When we want to gather. We are allowed to gather where we want to gather, when we want to gather. These cops do not get to tell us where we stand. This land is unceded, and that patch on you, that Stannis police patch, is illegitimate. Like your authority. Like your authority. It's illegitimate. I'm gonna stand here. This is where I want to stand right now. This is where I feel like standing. Beautiful. Great. I'm just gonna keep
There's
standing
another
there.
way around.
Can't do that.
Get there.
He's asking. Been seen, been heard.
Just standing.
So I don't do that. But I'm on the sidewalk.
This is a reminder because I don't know what these cops are going to do next to me, but I just want to remind you that Justin Trudeau is in this bus right here, and we're standing in front of it. All we are doing is standing in front of this bus. Nothing that we are doing is illegal. Nothing we are doing is violent. I have nothing on me that could harm him.
He didn't even acknowledge them, listen to their grievances.
Just say hello. Just give us a few words about what he's doing here. And if he's paying attention to the ultra vlogging, that's it. It's really simple. I have nothing on me. I'm not gonna hurt him. Just want to be acknowledged. I want to be heard. Absolutely nothing wrong.
Instead, he just looked away and hid inside the bus for half an hour.
The violence they ensue! The violence they ensue! Do you see how tiny I am? This is what they do. We say that's poor, that is sad.
because their spirits have been rid of their body. They are not even human anymore. This man is not even human anymore. They perpetuate the violence of this country, this fake country. And he sits in his bus and dismisses us as if we're not right in front of him.
But from what we see in the media, that this is a progressive and tolerant leader who pays great attention to Indigenous issues.
That was on my reserve, where he laid those flowers and that teddy bear. He did that for a photo op. The people from my reserve are uncomfortable.
Just carrying on that legacy of Papa Trudeau, of assimilation and genocide. It has not ended with Justin Trudeau. And it may not be called the white paper, but he's definitely inserting and asserting all that whiteness onto these territories. And instead of trying to eliminate the Indian Act, it is a new form of assimilation, and that comes in respectability politics and reconciliation era.
There were dozens of journalists there, and some that traveled with Justin Trudeau. But every single one of them all of a sudden disappeared. I was there, recording, with both of my hands at times. But the media that Justin Trudeau bribed with your own money not only failed to document this, but they also refused to show my clips that I published 2 hours later from the incident.
Justin Trudeau does not give a about Indigenous people.
Justin, why don't you engage with the protesters?
Justin Trudeau does not give a about Indigenous people or old growth.
And on top of that, they said that it never happened and it was completely fake news, in spite of the video evidence. And once I published a time-lapse of the half-an-hour-long incident, showing that it occurred, and it was not fake news, David Akin, chief political correspondent for Global News, instead of retracting and apologizing to his viewers for lying, blocked me on Twitter. So, in conclusion, you were forced to pay for these media organizations which either refused or failed to capture a critical story happening at the event that they were at, but despite me capturing the event, either refused or failed to air it on the telly. And on top of all this, they lied to you by saying it never happened, that it was fake news. As if all this wasn't enough, they refused to report you the truth. There is a legendary Turkish joke that is very similar to this situation. One day, Nasrettin Hoca was on his way to the Pazar. Children from the village shouted at him, "Please, buy us whistles from the Pazar." The Hoca told them, "All right, I promise, I'm going to buy them." "Please, take this money, Hoca, and buy me a whistle," one of the children said. In the late afternoon, the children greet the Hoca, who was returning from the Pazar. "Hoca, where are our whistles? Have you got our whistles?" The Hoca took only one whistle from his pocket and gave it to the kid, who gave him the money. As other children were shouting, "What about us? Where's our whistle?" Nasrettin Hoca smiles and says, "Who pays for the whistle gets to blow the whistle." But I think our situation is even funnier than this legendary Turkish joke, because we're the ones who pay for the whistle, yet it's Justin Trudeau who gets to blow it. For Rebel News, I'm Mocha Bezirgan. By biting their tongue in order to further a political agenda, they have yet again betrayed your trust and their profession. Not me. I have no horse in the race. If you want to support real reporters, go to realreporters.ca to cover our expenses. Your donation is appreciated.